Hello, San Marcos. Thank you for joining us for Smtx 2021. I'm Christy Stark, Director of Communications and Intergovernmental Relations for the City of San Marcos. We're here today to celebrate all that the city has accomplished throughout the past year. So many great things have happened as we've worked together to navigate the myriad of hardships we've faced, and we have so much to be proud of within our community. We're excited to share this update with all of you as our entire city team strives to serve every resident as effectively and efficiently as possible. Now, I'd like to introduce San Marcos Mayor Jane Hughson as she walks us through the rest of our program. Mayor Hughson has dedicated more than a decade of her life to serving the citizens of San Marcos as an elected leader, first as a city council member, and then as our mayor. Devoted to public service, she also spends countless hours advocating for the interests of residents and businesses as a member of numerous boards, committees, and commissions focused on an array of local and state issues. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Jane Hughson.
Hello, everyone. I can truly say that it's wonderful to join together to celebrate San Marcos. A lot has happened since we did this last year. We faced some challenges this year, but have learned to adapt in ways we thought we never would. We found new ways to connect with family and friends safely from a distance. Businesses have found new ways to provide goods and services, and we've done remote learning with our kids. And unfortunately, many of us have been ill or have lost family or friends to COVID-19, and we mourn those losses. As some of us continue to wear our masks for the safety of ourselves and others, I'm so proud to be here today to talk about perseverance and the strength of our San Marcos citizens. I want to thank my council colleagues for their collaboration and dedication to our city. Mayor Pro Tem Melissa Derrick, Deputy Mayor Pro Tem Shane Scott, Maxfield Baker, Saul Gonzalez, Alisa Garza, and Mark Gleason. And huge thanks to our city's executive team, City Manager Bert Lambreras, Assistant City Managers Stephanie Reyes and Joe Pantalian, and Public Safety Director Chase Stapp for their tireless work on behalf of our city. And all of our wonderful employees who showed creativity to the max this year. We're a creative and resilient group in San Marcos, so let's hear about some unique ways that the city developed to meet the needs of our residents during this past year.
Like other city departments, local organizations, and businesses, we rushed to make necessary adjustments so that we could continue to provide services to our residents. We began offering modified pickup options that allowed patrons to check out an estimated 230,000 books and other materials. The library has always offered space for educational and employment opportunities, and we were committed to continuing those services by adapting them for a virtual audience. We created a series of programs to support everyone, from parents that were teaching children from home to small business owners that needed advice. We strengthened partnerships to provide resources to job seekers with postings, tips, and encouragement. And we helped keep children and adults entertained with take and make crafts and Zoom classes that taught new hobbies. Residents took to the changes with enthusiasm. The circulation of our electronic resources increased by 50% compared to last year. Our Jobs and Resources Facebook page gained followers. Our classes were attended by hundreds of students. Our YouTube channel racked up nearly 50,000 views. Even with the challenges we faced, we issued nearly 1,400 new library cards. As 2021 continues, we're energized by the spirit of our staff and our community, and we're looking forward to welcoming everyone into the newly expanded building.
The Parks and Recreation Department understands that the services we provide in our community are essential, and we made changes to make sure we could continue to support the physical and mental health needs of all of our residents. We created a virtual recreation center to ensure access to our programs and encouraged residents to get outdoors safely with creative and interactive events, including a citywide game of Clue, parking lot bingo for our seniors, and Tales on the Trails for our youth. To help prevent isolation and loneliness, our staff made more than 3,000 calls to our senior community members when the pandemic began. The team effort earned us the Texas Recreation and Park Society Heroes Award. To help our members adapt to changes, our staff produced a video that describes safety measures in place as we've begun to reopen our facilities. We are proud of the progress we have made, and we're excited to continuously evolve to meet the needs of our community.
This was a big year for the San Marcos Regional Animal Shelter. The COVID-19 pandemic meant fewer volunteers were able to spend time at the shelter. The total number of volunteer hours dropped by nearly 1,000 and left staff bridging gaps to care for all of the animals. The pandemic also had some positive effects. Fewer animals came into the shelter in the last year, and more lost pets were returned to their families. Our adoptions increased by nearly 6.5% year to year, and our live outcome rate continues to improve. For the last year, we've been operating under modified procedures for animal drop-offs and adoptions. We're excited to welcome volunteers back into the shelter and restart beloved programs like Dog's Day Out to help all of the wonderful animals here find their forever homes.
Never in my 33 years of working in public libraries did I foresee having 170,000 library books in a building and not allowing the public to come and pick some out. Many residents told us that our virtual events felt therapeutic during the lockdown. We received more than 100 written notes from the San Marcos community thanking us for continuing to provide services safely. And we thank them right back for their patience and understanding during such challenging times. I think we can expect to see some of the changes in the way residents utilize city services stick around. And I think that's a good thing that's come out of this pandemic.
I'm so proud of our staff and all the hard work and creative new ways they've developed to interact with our residents. They're the heart and soul of our city government. We appreciate them all. As we celebrate San Marcos, we know that people are flocking to Central Texas and that the greater San Marcos region continues to be one of the fastest growing areas in the country. San Marcos' population continues to grow at over 65,000 strong, and 759 new single-family permits were issued last year. We have a low unemployment rate of 6.2%, which is lower than both the state and national rate. This is due to our strong business community, which includes large corporations, entrepreneurs, and successful small businesses. Let's hear about how they've adapted this past year.
When the pandemic began, we knew immediately that downtown businesses were going to need our support. As businesses began offering curbside pickup services, Main Street established a curbside parking pilot to make it easier for customers to purchase goods and services from local businesses. These spaces were so popular, we have decided to keep the 15-minute parking program as a permanent service downtown. Main Street also helped encourage more people to visit downtown by installing the new branded street signs and the Legend Has It local history tour. Both of these projects have been well received by residents and businesses, and they've also helped increase foot traffic in the downtown area. We've been so impressed with the way downtown businesses have adapted to the challenges they've faced over the past year. We've seen businesses adopt curbside services, install plexiglass dividers, stock up on hand sanitizer, encourage social distancing, and even create online galleries to earn revenue while keeping customers safe. We have also been impressed with the way residents have stepped in to support their favorite businesses. It has truly been heartwarming to witness our community's generosity and support of one another.
The pandemic showed us loyalty that we didn't know existed in the world. And our members and our community made sure that we stayed alive.
We received a lot of support from our locals. This whole past year, it's just been really great. And I'm so thankful for our locals that have came out and shopped with us.
It's been a pretty humbling experience. When we were shut down, I had so many clients come and donate money. I had clients buy me grocery. I'm honestly grateful for the true connections that I have with my clients.
There are others in the community that have stepped up and been a wonderful support and worked hard to make sure that we're still here. And they've been very generous, and we truly appreciate it.
The San Marcos Chamber serves more than 500 members, amounting to almost 54,000 employees. Over the past year, we've seen many of them really get creative. We've seen restaurants create everything from take-home grocery bags to quarantine kits, so customers can create their favorite dishes from the safety of their homes. Some converted parking spots into their own outdoor dining spaces, and others rushed construction projects, creating things like to-go windows to keep their staff and customers safe. The Chamber has worked hard to support businesses and has encouraged the community to support them as well. We created a list of the city's restaurants with information about their food service changes, detailed COVID-19 precautions with our Open Safely campaign, and hosted webinars with state and local leaders, hospitals, and school districts to explain policies that were available for free to the community.
We had a lot of challenges. The first day that we realized what was going on, we couldn't order groceries, so we had to start buying things in bulk and really being resourceful of how we got the food so that we could stay open. One of the other things we did was install a pickup window, so we knew that we wanted to close the dining area to keep our employees safe and our clients safe, and still be able to engage back and forth with them and see them visually. We also, we were able to get some funding. We did get the PPP-1 loan, which was great. It helped us to keep our employees on staff and stay open the entire time, and also make some improvements. We also were able to get a grant as well.
When we were closed for 6 months, we were only doing curbside. The store was not open. And we were only selling masks. People weren't interested in buying clothes, jewelry, accessories, what we sell here in store. So I had to learn how to adapt and what they needed and how to get that product to them. My mother and I started making masks. We both sew, and it just blew up. So it just felt really good to know that I was providing something to our customers and, like I said, being able to stay in business.
While we marvel at what we have worked together to overcome, we're excited and encouraged for what lies ahead. The improved Vision SMTX comprehensive plan, which is now underway, will shape our future. The Hopkins Street Capital Improvements Project is nearly halfway complete. It and other construction projects scattered throughout the city will make our community safer and more walkable and bikeable. The Blanco Riverine Flood Mitigation Project will begin this year and protect hundreds of homes and businesses from future damage. The Public Services Complex on Clovis Barker Road is progressing. It will house our transportation, water, wastewater, and electric departments, and will allow for streamlined and increasingly efficient services to our community. It will also provide a much improved working environment for many of our employees. We will all soon reap the benefits of our ongoing bond projects. The expansion and renovation of the police department is scheduled for completion in the first quarter of 2022. Fire Station number 6 south of town, as well as the new fire training facility, will begin construction soon. Recent completions of our much anticipated library expansion and the relocation of Fire Station number 2 have added modern and convenient facilities for our community. It's exciting to see all these wonderfully planned projects become reality and remain within our budgeted bond funding. Along with new buildings and facilities, we're excited to welcome new faces to our city team. Marie Kalka was named Director of Finance. Stan Standridge joined the city as the Chief of Police, and we look forward to his leadership as we extend our thanks to all of our first responders for their continued service to our city. In a similar way, we extend our thanks to all of the city staff members who continuously strive to meet residents' needs with the utmost care, compassion, and creativity. Our core values of integrity, teamwork, professionalism, customer experience, and innovation were on full display in February as we faced the unprecedented weather caused by Winter Storm Uri. Let's hear more about those efforts.
Our work started even before the storm hit. Code Compliance and San Marcos PD's homeless outreach team spent days identifying individuals in need and providing them access to resources and temporary housing. With the help of community partners including Southside Community Center, the Salvation Army, and Home Central Texas. The city's streets crews spent hours out on the roads applying de-icing solution and sand in an effort to keep our community safe. When the storm hit, our utility crews worked 24 hours a day to restore services to our customers. Our 911 telecommunicators stepped in to support other local agencies impacted by the storm, answering thousands of calls from people across the county. Police officers and firefighters responded to more than 1,000 calls throughout the week and still found time to put in extra effort by helping residents repair generators, providing welfare checks, and volunteering to drive patients to medical treatments or home from the hospital. Many of these first responders and utility and transportation employees slept on cots, couches, and mattresses scattered inside facilities because they weren't able to safely get home to their own families. Hundreds of other staff members stepped in to support residents, often working jobs outside of their everyday descriptions. Dozens of employees staffed a winter storm hotline that residents could call with questions, and then followed up after the storm to make 8,000 phone calls, checking to see when utility services had been restored. And after the storm passed, our utility teams switched gears and manually read all resident meters in San Marcos to ensure that everyone's electric bill was accurate, which was understandably a big concern for our customers. We had teams that handed out 36,000 bottles of water and delivered more than 1,500 meals and bags filled with food, thanks to the help of local organizations and businesses, including the Soulful Creations food truck, HEB, and Sam's Club. We are also grateful to the countless residents who stepped up to help their neighbors in need.
We are stronger together. We're 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 stronger together. Stronger together.
Among all of the many lessons we've learned over the last year, one prevailing message is the state of our city continues to be strong and that we're stronger together. The city remains committed to helping residents and businesses navigate the effects of the pandemic and the winter storm that tried to take us down. We've shown such resilience this past year, and we will continue to work together to overcome the challenges and economic hardships that persist even as businesses and facilities slowly begin to reopen. As we look back and celebrate our achievements, we look ahead with resolve to continue building a San Marcos that is strengthened, safe, and welcoming to everyone in our city. I sincerely thank the city staff, Hays County, the San Marcos School District, our local businesses, and community members for being a part of this endeavor and for making San Marcos such a wonderful community.